All right, happy October the 2nd. Come in, everyone. Hit the like and share button. That will share this live stream with others as it will notify the algorithm, especially on YouTube algorithm that I am live. So take some time and hit that like and share button, right? And let's talk about the economy by the numbers. The economy by the numbers. I was thinking about Tupac Shakur today because when I'm saying they, I'm talking about the elite, right? I'm talking about the elite. I'm talking about man-made governmental systems that run and rule this economy, right? That run and rule this economy. So, you know, as I have the song "Ambitious as a Rider" in my head and thinking about, I won't deny it. I'm a straight rider. You don't want with me. Yeah. Got the police busting at me, but they can't do nothing to AG. I think about Tupac because whenever something that has been so dormant for years, like the murder case of Tupac, pops up and reappear. In fact, let me pull that article up. Tupac's killer arrested after how many years? Then I have to 27 years. We're going to look at these numbers. We're going to break this down. Then I know that the elite, the government is up to something right as they bring this breaking news as this weekend going into October the 1st, there was threat of a government shutdown. Distractions are always brought about during economic turmoil or decisions like this that must be made. Always distractions. In fact, Wednesday at exactly 2:20 Eastern Standard Time, there's going to be alert, a nationwide emergency alert, wireless alert system conducted Wednesday at exactly 2:20 p.m. Not 2:30, not 2 o'clock, 2:20. And so I continue to see the number 22, just revolve around. It's the number 22, 22. And so we're going to break it down. We want some more people to get in. I'm just giving my intro of how this emergency wireless alert system, and speaking of the number 22, today's date is October the 2nd. And today's date is my little cousin's birthday. Shout out to Libras today. Happy birthday to her. She's October 2nd. In fact, when I finish this live stream, I'm going to send her a text message of a breakdown of her personality, being an October the 2nd birthday, right? Born date. She's 23 years of age today, 23 years. And so that's equal five. But I'm going to break down her life path number to her, which is the number two, life path number two. And number two was strong today. So let me get in, and I've been live streaming a couple of minutes. Some people just have to come in and hear the intro during the replay. So let's start here. A nationwide emergency test wireless by FEMA will be conducted Wednesday at exactly 2:20. So you need to look at the numbers. It's so important to see the numbers in all of these scenarios. So we'll start here. Again, I'm definitely planning on having all my wireless systems off and not being around any type of wireless functioning systems. So this is cell phones alert Wednesday, TVs and radio. So I'm not would not be in front of any television or radios either, just because of radiation and things of that nature. But look at the time, 2:20, 2:20. And this is in bold. This is a test. This is a test. This really is a test. The question is, do most people know what type of test this really is? do most people know what type of test this really is? And because I want this live stream to stay up on YouTube. I'm not going to go into deep detail about those tests, but you all come in, say hello to, put something in the comment, say hello. That builds up the algorithm. I see 20 people live right now on my YouTube. So let's break down this by the numbers. After 27 years, let's get into 2Pac. 27. So we're going to break down the number 9 as well. 7 plus 2 is 9. And arrest in the unsolved murder of hip hop legend. This happened in 1996. The double 9 in that as well. And aided a gang leader admitting that he was a shooter's car and provided the gun. So after 27 years, the question is, why now? All right. Thank you, Tony, for coming in and saying hello. Why now? Why this time? We're going to break it down by the numbers. And so nearly after 30 years of killing 2Pac Shakur, remain one of the music industry's most unsolved crimes. 1996, the Las Vegas Strip, and sparked countless report books and documentaries rather, seeking to determine who exactly was responsible for the death of 2Pac Shakur, or hip hop legend with that. And so this is, the man's last name is Davis. We're going to put in his full name as soon as I find it, because one article had his full name. This article says Dwayne, and Keith D is his street name, Davis, but I wanted the entire middle name, so I pull another article. 2Pac Shakur sold more than 75 million records. 75 million records. And questions of conspiracy theories have long swirled around the case in Los Angeles. Now, I want you to look at these numbers as well. Speaking of conspiracy theory, right? If you think I'm one, then those are your thoughts and opinion. September the 7th, 1996. So we're going to look at the number 7 that's connected to the name 2Pac Shakur. And then I'm going to show you how this ties into what's ahead for our economy. So just hold on tight, get your people in, share this video if you're on Facebook, on your timeline. And I'm trying to find his full name. That middle name is what I'm looking for, an article that gives his middle name, because I've already looked up the numbers of that and with my gematria. Now we're going to look at break down 2Pac first, and let me find. See, can I? Okay, here it is. Dwayne Keith Davis. Keith Davis. So that's what I was looking for in the K. So let me share this with you, and we're going to break down 2Pac numbers by 2Pac name by the numbers as well. And this is all going to tie into, again, the economy. So 2Pac Shakur name is tied into not number 2, but the number 7. It is tied into a number 7. In fact, the number 7, in fact, 2Pac Shakur was born on the 16th. 1 plus 6 equals 7. He was born on the 16th. Thank you. I definitely be dropping some serious science. Thank you so much, Facebook. I appreciate that. His birth name is 2Pac. So let's type this in. Amaru Shakur. Okay, 2Pac Amari Shakur. So this is his birth name. Now, this 3 words, 16 letters. 16 letters, 6 plus 1 is 7. Right? 6 plus 1 is 7. I also want you to pay attention to the 54 in his middle name that will equal to 9. But 2Pac, the first name 2Pac is 61. All right. 2Pac is 61. Amari equals to 99. But if you looked at the Chaldean system or of numbers, again, the first name 2Pac and equals to 7, 6 plus 1. Let's just break down 2Pac. 6 plus 1, and then you also see the 11 and the 7 plus 4 and the 9 plus 2. Now, with the 9 plus 2, I also want you to know that the arrest for his murder was on September 29th, right? So we see the 29 here. 7 plus 4 is 11. 11 is a warning number, as in 911, as in emergency will happen. If you dial 911, it's an emergency. It's a help number. And this is where we're going to be heading into this economy. 1111 means chaos and confusion. Also, a wealth transfer as well. Chaos and confusion, if you're a Bible reader, reference is Genesis 11. So now we see the ordinal and reduction of 2Pac's name, which is 61. 6 plus 1 is 7. Now, when 2Pac made his first film debut in 1992, that was a 7 personal year, 1992. That was a 7 personal year, right? The name of the film was Juice, 1992. So we have Juice. And when you break that down as well by the numbers, Juice in the Chaldea system equals 7, 16, 7 in the Chaldea system. Also, Juice, the reverse reduction is the double 33. The double 33 is the number of illumination, transfiguration. At 33 degrees, ice is able to be converted into water or liquid, right? His last album was called The 7-Day Theory. Oh, wow. Okay, I got my help. As they would say in the church world, my help is coming on. In fact, I see 712 people on my YouTube channel that's live right now. That's 7. Last album was called 7-Day Theory. And that's right. I was going to get into that. He died at 403. 403, which equals 7. A year later, he co-starred in Poetic Justice with Janet Jackson. And Janet Jackson's birthday is on the 16th as well as 2Pac, which equals 7 as well. Now, in November 1994, he was shot 5 times, right? He was shot 5 times. November 1994, in the lobby of a Manhattan recording studio. That was also the 7th universal month. November is the 7th universal month. Now, when we add 1994, the 1 plus 1 plus 1, seven universal months. So the 11th of November will be the first 2 ones. Then 19 plus, so 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 9 plus 9 plus 4, all of that equals 25. So that was 11 month, 1994. That all equals 25. 2 plus 5 is 7. Now, again, as my friend is an Armin, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, brought out on Facebook, that his final CD was released under the title, The 7-Day Theory, The Dumb Illuminati. So the 7-Day Theory, Done, Illuminati. First 3 words in that is kill. We can definitely think of that, of the United States dollar is dying as well. And so done, just the word done, we see the double 33 as well. transfiguration, transforming as we're transforming to another currency system, a new world order. And so we have the double 33, and then we have the 11 also in the reduction, 6 plus 5. Here's the 7 again in the reverse of the 7-day theory, which is 2 plus 1 is 4. And then we have the reverse reduction of double 88. Now, if you watch my last live stream, I discussed the double 88 in California. In California, the state of California, also we see that New York is underwater right now, flooding. So I broke down a double 88 in California, as you also see that California, as we have 770 people exact live on YouTube. 770. I promise you, that's what I'm looking at right now. California, you see the double 88. And I also referenced Psalm 88 in the Bible. The infinity, no beginning, no end really, but a new system that's about to intertwine. This is the upside down infinity sign. So we see the Don Illuminati and the double 88. This is also 7 words, right? 7 words. And again, 2Pac was shot on a Saturday, September the 7th in 1996. The 1996 adds to 7, right? The 1996 add to 7. Show you that as well, the year. And so if you don't think your life is ruled by numbers, as I said, 8 and 7, 807 people live, you really need to understand how this works. The seasons. And for the people that may come on the live stream and say, well, astrology is not in the Bible, I'm going to show you the double 22 scripture that proves that it is just one. But in 1996, the year to 7, 25, 25, 25. 2 plus 5 is 7. Even September, the Latin for September, even though it's showing 6, is the Latin word for September is sept, right? Which means 7. In Latin, September means 7. And I'm going to show that to you because sometimes I tell people to do their own research and they just don't. So septem is Latin, it means 7. The old Roman calendar started in March, making September the 7th month. This is why septem, 7, originally 7 month, began with March, reformed after the reformation of the 12-month calendar, which is a scam calendar, which made September then become the 9th month to most of the general public. Now, 2Pac age, we're going to see the 25 and 7 in it as well. Right, there you go. Oh, I got my help coming in. Thank you. 25 is 7. And then he died 6 days later on Friday the 13th. I haven't typed in Friday the 13th. Let me just type it in just to see what happens, what comes up. But he died, which I'm going to show you this real quick because we're going to see the number 9 attached to the person arrested for the death. So Friday within itself is 9. So you're going to have to understand 9. But if you look at that, Friday is still one word and 6 letters, which equals 7. Right. One word, 6 letters, the ordinal, which equals 7. Now I'm just typing in just to see what comes up. So 9 plus 4 is 13. And we see the number 4 that's coming with this. 13, 13. Right? 2 plus, but we see the double 11, but 2 plus, this is 4. 1 plus 1 is 4. right? When someone is dominated by the number 4, you know that they are going to do something either nationwide or globally when their numbers are connected with the number 4. I may do another live stream on former President Barack Obama, and how his numbers are in name and timestamps in his life is connected to 4 and 8. But not tonight. Not tonight. So again, you all come and hit the like and share button. And I also can so number 7 was a predominant number in 2pac's life, right? And he was born on a Wednesday, June 16th, 1971, from the Bronx. And he's often, been associated with having 2 personalities, somewhat like, Gemini at the same time. Now, when I put in the person that is accused of the killer, and I put in his name and the arrest, which is Dwayne, let me put this name in the gematria, Keith Davis. I'm going to show you that this is his name is closely related to both number 8 and 9. So the ordinal is 153. It's 8 plus 1 is 9, 9. And then we have the 7 plus 2 is 9, and then the 9. The double 55, 45 in his first name. Keith, middle name is 8. So let's take out the middle name and just let's do it this way. And then you see now the 111 connected to him too. If we just do Dwayne K. Davis, the 111 in the ordinal. Now, as New York is underwater, I'm also going to show you the 111 connected to New York as well. We also have the 8, as I showed you, the double 88, with 2pac, meaning a change is coming as we enter into October, which is according to the calendar that the government goes by. October in Latin is 8, octo, which was the 8th month. Okay, I say this all the time, where we get octopus, octagon, 8, right? Octagon has 8 sides. So we see the 8, we see the 10, the double 0. If we just do Dwayne Davis, the 8 as well. But the number 9 in his name, I'm going to do New York while I have it up. You see the 111 in that as well. And a double 33, just like we saw with 2pac. Now, the number 9 in his name is what really stood out to me. I'm looking for the number 9 because everybody's birthday, your age and your date of birth equals to the number 9. Everybody. And if I feel like it, I may do somebody's date of birth and their age if they drop it in the comment. But again, it's if I feel like it. More towards the end of this live stream, just so you can see that even though we all have different life path numbers, it all equals to the number 9. In fact, I have an example. I just show this one. This was someone on a live stream that I did the date of birth was December the 25th, 86. The year was 86. And I broke it down. So I added the 1 plus 2, which was 3, the 3 plus 2, and the 25, which was 5, then the 5 plus 5, the last 5, and then 25. You all see 911 right now. 911 people on my YouTube. 911, 1, I promise you. And 3 ones. If somebody can do a screenshot of that, please do. Because my hands are full. The number just dropped when I said that. But 5 plus 5 is 10. Then the 8 and the last 2 digits of the born year is 18, and 18 plus 6. So that equals to 24. So you have to add the 2 plus 4, which equals to 6. And then you subtract the 24 from the 6, equals 18, and 1 plus 8 is 9. Um, that person at the time I did this live stream was 36. So you add the 3 plus 6, which equals 9. And then you subtract that from the age again, which is 27. I know it's a lot of adding and subtraction, but just imagine if you were taught math this way, how it relates to you and knowing yourself in real life and times and seasons of the economic system and what we're living in. Imagine if you was taught this way in school. And then the 2 plus 7 equal 9. So everybody, no matter what age, what day you were born, what year, is equal to 9. So when adding 666, as we got 900 people back in, when adding 666, many people think reference to the beast it's really a mystery, because even Revelation tells you in Revelation in the Bible that let him who have wisdom or insight understand that 666. Let him that has an understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man. Didn't say it's the number of man. It says of a man, of a man. And his number is 603 score and 666. For centuries, 666 was reference to the beast that was mystery to the masses. But when you add 6 plus 6 plus 6, you get 18, right? 8 plus 1 equals 9. So Lisa, I may do yours since you put it in there. And, I'm kind of treated with 11. Being 6 plus 5 is 11. And because you had a double 22. And I'm about to go into 22 in a few minutes. So Lisa, give me a second. So number 9 is the highest level anybody can obtain. All of us are coded to 9. Everybody, we are all coded to numbers. Driver's license, social security card, date of birth, if you want to get approved for credit, how much income you earn, your credit score, 3 digits. You cannot operate. If you want to make a transaction, you have to have some digits, numbers, either in cash or in your bank account, right? And so it represents completion, fulfillment of a thing, culmination. And as a woman, the 9 months from conception to birth is a 9 months of maturity, as exactly 900 people on this live stream, because the numbers keep fluctuating as I talk. That which is hidden is revealed. When a woman gives birth to a completion of 9 months, because if she gives birth before 9 months, it's called prematuration or prematurity birth. That baby that was hidden in the womb has now been revealed. That's what the number 9 is. And a 360-degree circle, 3 plus 6 is 9. I have angles written behind me on the board. Even triangles have 90-degree angles within a triangle, 360 degrees for a circle, 90-degree angles in a square. And so 9 represents all of humankind. I'm going to show you all with Lisa's birthday as well in a few minutes. 9 is assigned to the planet Mars. And Lisa, since you're double 22, I think, and 11 and is in yours, it's very intriguing to me to break yours down. 9, Mars denotes force. It is strongly associated with guns, knives, explosives, warlike activity, military dominion, and fire. This would explain 2pac's ambitious as a writer, warlike, combativeness, aggressiveness, like two type personality or Tupac, a very philosophical and intelligent person. And one interview, the next interview, a very angry, aggressive. He even trademarked thug life, right? Force, combative aggressiveness, 9 attached to the number Mars. And then we have September 29th, which is 9 plus 2 is 11. And so 9 is connected to every humankind. This is why Nikola Tesla says, if you want to know the secrets of the universe, understand the numbers 3, 6, and 9. Again, 360 degrees in much of our angles and shape that run and operate the world. And so the number 9, this is why this is also important, is also linked to war, combativeness, aggressiveness, warlike activity. And so while I was breaking down Tupac, I was looking at the number 7 with his name, and I'm like, that just does not register. As I saw that I spelled New York wrong. You all didn't even correct me. Last one I had up was New York. Had my E and W a little backwards, but that's okay. It's still, you got it. And so as I was doing it, I'm like, you know what? And we also see the 42 in New York, and look for 2024, new changes. This is the reversal of that, of the 24. Also, I want you, as we talk about Tupac and the number 7, to know that this year, 2023, there it is. That's why that had to be announced when it did. And then again, the number 9 in the date of September, which is 7. But the 29th also had to include the number 9 as well. It's strategic, you all. But it was still a mystery, man. I'm like, he's still connected with 7 until I enter into the Tupac name this way. And there it was, a double 22. That's what I was looking for. And I was looking for the 9 attached as well. 6 plus 3 is 9. 8 plus 1 is 9. And then we have 4. I may go over some of Barack Obama also, that's showing you why the number 4 is connected with people that will do something, again, either nationwide or globally in many cases. But, we have Barack Obama, if I can find it. And if I can't find it, then, I will. And so now we have the double 22. And so why is that important? So I always go biblically, right? I always go biblically. And even Jay-Z's album, if I wanted to break that down, Jay-Z and his number 4, which I might just do Jay-Z because he's also an impact. And his album is 444 album. And he's also impact nationwide and globally. Another live stream I'm going to do is going to be on 9/11 as well. But Daniel 2 and 2, I was looking at Daniel 2 and 2. And I was also looking at Daniel 2 and 22. Biblically, because I always go to biblical. Like, what does the number 22 have to do with this? Right? And Daniel 2 and 2 talks about and also Psalm 88, the hidden things. And Tupac's killer, David, the reduction of his name is 22 as well. And so Daniel 2 and 22 says, he reveals deep and hidden things. He knows what lies in darkness, and light dwells within him. So that's where I came. And then I also want to look at Daniel 2 and 2 And it says, so the king summoned the magicians, enchanters, sorcerers, and astrologers. For those who say, oh, there's no astrology in the Bible. The king wanted an interpretation of his dream. And so biblically, the Bible number 22 reveals what is in darkness, like the number 9, right? Is a revelation of what will be revealed, because Revelation itself has 22 books in the Bible. Now, 22 is also 2 times 11. That also represents disorganization, chaos, but it's also associated with God, revelation, revealing, and light, right? It is also associated with the birth or the construction of something new in the world, right? Something new in the world. The double 11, a concentration of this organization, as when the Twin Towers were brought down, millions of silver, physical silver and gold, real money, real wealth, was revealed, buried underneath the rubble of the Twin Towers simultaneously. And that changed our economic system forever after 9/11 as well. So 22, chaos, but something new, 2 times 11, is on the horizon, right? Isaiah 22 and 22 talks about open, that I will place on the shoulder the key of the house of David. He shall open and none shall shut, and he shall shut and none shall open. A season and opportunity of open doors for some and shut doors for others. And I say this all the time. For people that position themselves, this is going to be a wealth transfer for some and a poverty transfer for others. A prosperity transfer for some and a poverty transfer for others. You're going to have some people that's going to position themselves, that's going to take action, and you're going to have some people that's going to be proactive, while others people are going to just observe and look and going to be reactive. Then we have to look at November the 17th, 7 plus 1 equals 8. The infinity again is coming. And again, November is technically, right, the 9th month, which I'm breaking down to number 9. And so when we see the 9th month, that which is hidden will be revealed, the completion of a thing, the finalization of a thing. Then, and I also, someone had the number 55 in their name. But if you look at the first name of 2pac's killer, David, not only do you see the double 22, you also see the 5 in this and the 4. I can't break down the 4. A nationwide effect. But the 14 plus the 9 plus 5 is 5. And the number 5 is significant to transformations in life. Making the right and constructive decisions associated with change. Someone put, I love the story of Daniel and Joseph, but the story of David in the Bible is David had 5 smooth stones, right? 5 smooth stones, the number of change. When David killed Goliath, a change came about with 5 smooth stones. Now, with that being said, those are your 22. Also, the number 9 in the 9th hour, which next month will be November, Christ completed his work in the 9th hour. In the 9th hour, Christ completed his work. In fact, the 369 is shown on the hours that Christ was on the cross. 3 hours after he was placed on the cross, which was at noon. Darkness came about, and then he died 3 hours later, which from noon to about 3 in the evening. But from the time he was placed on the cross, and the totality of that was 6. But the 3 o'clock in the evening was the ninth hour. I hope you caught that. And so you saw all the 369 and the death, and Christ completed his work. So what does all this have to do with the economy? Well, I'm glad you all asked. You all, November the 17th. And also, again, if you just come again, pay attention to Wednesday, October the 4th. Oh, I did say I was going to break down number 4. And then I have Lisa's birthday. Jay-Z. Let me show you the power of the number 4. October the 4th. Again, we see that. Also, I want you to see the 9 in Jay-Z's name. Ninth hour. Hello to you, Patrice. Prayer. The double P is in the house. Prosperity and prosperous as well. But in J, just J, you see the 999. And then you can add the Z. And you see the 8 in there as well. But just in Jay-Z is 4 letters. And Jay-Z also owns the 40/40 Club, right? He released, and I'm giving you all the blueprint. Speaking of the blueprint, you need to purchase my 36-page book, Convert Cash into Crypto, right? As we see the double 66, and blue is 40, and the is 33. So let's put that together as well. But the blueprint, it was released in 2002. So when you do the 202, that is also for 2002. The blueprint was released. And 4. The blueprint also sold more than 4 million units, $4 million. And he signed with Live Nations, who's worth 4.4 billion. So it's no surprise that Jay-Z and Beyonce married on the 4th, in the 4th month. And Jay-Z has the 444 album that's talking about money and, the story of OJ. He break down so much about economics in it as well. And so Jay-Z, 4 letters in his name, 444. And when you add 6 plus 4, that's 10. 9 plus 1 is 10 on the reverse and the reverse reduction. And the number 1 always represents the first principle, right? Someone's talents. And that's what I was telling, let me see your name on here. G-Man, that you really should learn your name, because your name tells you your purpose in life. Your name, your date of birth tells you your personality. And speaking of date of birth, let me get this done. I don't think I have anything to wipe this off with, Lisa. Let me try to find something. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, I do. But your date, your birth represents your personality numbers. Your name represents your purpose. Jay-Z name has 4 letters, and Jay-Z all adds up to 1. That 1 means that you are a CEO. Trying to find my, oh, here it goes. CEO, entrepreneur, president, head of departments, executive, independent thinkers. In fact, my uncle's birthday is 10, 10, 10, 10, and my mother's birthday is 9, 9. So I broke down their personality type. So they let you know your personality, but your name let you know your purpose. That's why biblically, your name, for your name's sake, your names were attached to either blessings or cursings in the Bible. So what you were named was very important. Okay, Lisa. Lisa is up with the double 22. Double 22 again, Daniel 22. Did I say 22 and 2? And Daniel 2 and 2 was the reference scripture. 2023 equals 7. So much of 2pac's gematria equals 7. The 29th day, 9 plus 2 is 11. Then that 1 plus 1 equals 2. The 7th month of September, or septem, his killer. And then when we put in 2pac with a 2 and not TUPA, we saw the double 22. So we're doing this for Lisa. And again, the double 22 if we did 2pac that way, versus the 7. So there you go. Now, Lisa is 5, 22, 67. Let's get this math going. I see 888 right now, 888. So Lisa, we got 5 plus 2 is 7. I kind of messed up on that too, but that's a 2. 7 plus 2 is 9. And then no, it's supposed to be 6. 5 plus 2 is 7. 7 plus 2 is 9. 9 plus 6 is 15. Then 15 plus 7, you all going to have to help me with this math. Is that 22? Yeah. It's interesting. So if my math is out, just let me know. Because I'm doing it in my head, and sometimes it will get off in my head. So you all check that for me. Let me know if that's on point. And so then we add 2 plus 2 equals 4. And if it's not right, just mean my math is not right. And then 22 minus 4 equals 18. And then we get the 8 plus 1 is 9. So those your date of birth, including your year. See, all humankind is connected to the number 9. As again, Christ completed his work in the 9th hour. We were created on the 6th day. We are connected to the 6 and 9, as Nikola Tesla said. So now you have to do is understand the Trinity, the 3 in you. Biblically says, haven't I told you? Isn't it written in the law that you are God's? So understanding your spirit, your soul, and your body, spiritually connected to the higher, infinite power, infinite intelligence, spiritually connected to God, but understanding your soul, your mind, your will, your emotions, and how to control that as well. And your body, this earthly temple. And then understand your purpose and place on this earth realm, or as many would call it, this matrix. And so we have the 65. And then my numbers, 6 plus 5 is 11. I might show you all why I say that. And then, so now we subtract the 65 from 11. You wouldn't believe how much I used to hate math in school. If they would have taught it like this, I wouldn't have hated it all. I promise you I wouldn't. So we subtract this after we add it. Then there it is. Your 5 plus 4 is your 9 again. It's going to work for everybody, anybody. And so once I began to study the number 11, I want to know, as you can see in the background, I saw Billy Carson live stream. You're welcome, Lisa. And I saw his 1111. I had to get that in the backdrop of the greatness. And I wanted to know what's my attraction to 11, right? I want to know that. I want to know what my attraction to 11 was. And I did the gematria on my own name because your name again gives you your purpose. We almost have 1,000 people on. It's 950. So you all hit that like and share button. So the 7 plus 4 is 11. I'm also connected to the number 2, the reduction. Number 7. 7 is a highly spiritual number. It also means a divine transition, but it also combines the earth realm with the spiritual. In fact, in Genesis, God created 22 things. Did you all know that? Speaking of double 22. But the number 4, I'm trying to find Barack Obama in a second, is represents the earth, the 4 corners of the world. Jesus talked about 4 types of soil biblically. We got 4 directions: north, east, west, and south. This is where we get news from. So 4 lets you know you're going to do something in the earth, and 7 lets you know when you combine the Trinity, the spiritual part. Jesus rested on the 7th day. That means it had in 6 days, all the work was finished. But the 7th day completed it. It brought it all together because that was the spiritual part combined. And 3 is your spiritual number. In fact, when I talked about Jay-Z and Beyonce, they married on April 4th, the 4th month, the 4th day. And so these people that operate on a high level not only know thyself. To know thyself is wisdom, as Socrates said. Also, another great quote: to thy own self be true. They know themselves and they know their names. Now, I don't know if my mother knew, you know, what would my name would equal up to, because I actually used to spell my name with the O all the time, right? And I was coming home, and Maya Angelou is also connected to the number 4, right? And so I'm looking at something, but and I brought my, when we used to have to bring signed papers home for our parents to sign, and I spelled my name Latonya, and she said, "Why do you spell your name with an O? That's not how I spell your name." And I said, "Well, everyone keeps calling me Tanya if I spell it with an A, so I want them to know the right way to pronounce it is Tanya." And she harshly told me, she said, "Don't you ever spell your name with the O again. That's how I name you. That's how I spell it. And if they got a problem with it, you just correct them and tell them the correct pronunciation of your name is Tanya and not Tanya." And I said, "Yes, ma'am." So even to this day, if many people spell my name with the O, or they don't spell it correctly, or they just short it with Tanya or Tanya, I correct that. But now I'm glad that she did. And so I think I'm going to end this live stream right here, but once you know what you are as a number 8 person, number 11 person, and even a number 7 person, number 7 people they enjoy spiritual things, mystical things, inspirational things. It's about truth, wisdom, and knowledge with number 7 people. And so, for me, for example, soft music, classical music, gospel music, is my, I do listen to rap. I love it. But when I want to meditate, I have to have that music playing as mental meditation. There's also so many things that connected to your date of birth and number as well, and your name, such as, and I cannot find Barack Obama, so I'm gonna have to just do him later. But such as headaches, having common headaches, also goes with my name and my number as well. And I see Lincoln because I'm looking through my notes. Okay, here we go. Actually, yeah, Barack is connected to 8 and 4. And so with that being said, you all, to know thyself is true. Again, I am in the beginning stages of understanding all this, as far as, breaking down your numbers and what are your best days and things of that nature. However, I do plan on studying more, even if that means taking some courses and learning more about this, right? Because even in the name Barack Obama, there's 11 letters. His first and last name equals 11. Some other things about him is that he was born in the 8th month, but on the 4th day, right? So we're going to look at his destiny and we're closing up. He was born in 1961. So we have 1 plus 9 plus 6 plus 1 equals 17. 1 plus 7 is 8. He was born at 7:24 Honolulu time. So when we add 7 plus 2 plus 4, that gives us 13. And 1 plus 3 is 4. He graduated from high school in 1979. So 1 plus 9 is 10. 10 plus 7 is 17. 17 plus 9, that equals 26, which is my date of birth. And that equals 8. Excuse me, my voice is getting dry. He lived in New York, which equals 111, for 4 years. He entered Harvard Law School in 1988. We see the double 88 with that. And you add 1 plus 9 plus 8 equals 26 again, which equals 8. And he married Michelle at the age of 31. 3 plus 1 equals 4. And I can just go on, but I won't. But I'll end it with this. He was the 44th president in the United States. Right? Even from his marriage in October 1992. You add 10 for October and 1992 equals 22. We see the double 22, and 2 plus 2 is 4. So 2023 is the 7th year. Now 2024, 2 plus 4 is 6. 6 plus 2 is 8. We're going to be in the 8th year. Next month, November, pay attention to government shutdown. That will also be the 9th. I know a lot of you all look at November as 11, but it's actually January. No, yeah. Ooh, Lord, these numbers. You're welcome, Patrice. And you all support the book, Cash In 2. That's the number 2, the letter N. Also, the Fed losses have passed 100 billion. As I tell people, it's not a matter of if this financial reset will happen. It's just a matter of when. And we're going to see it, I believe, on the 9/8 on November the 17th. I do believe a government shutdown. So you are prepare and position yourself. As Charles Dickens' famous poem says, talks about the best of times and the worst of times, right? The best of times and the worst of times. And so, as Tupac would say, keep your head up, California, highest gas prices, get some California love with that. And if you didn't watch this replay, I promise you want to go back and watch how the announcement of this murder or killer ties to our economic system and how Tupac equals 7 so much. In fact, the BMW that they were driving, it was exactly 11:15 p.m. And I just want you to look at BMW, because 11 is the signal that a change is coming. If you look at the reduction of BMW, it's 11. And then you see the 7 in that as well, people. Reverse reduction is 7, reverse is 7, and the ordinal is 11. Then you see the number 4, 1 word, 3 letters. So he was a passenger of BMW that night, was driving almost 11:15. And the number 4 comes up again. Number 4 is representation of that something is going to happen in the earth. He was shot. Some reports say 4 times. Some say 5. But, and he died exactly 6 days later. And he was 25. 2 plus 5 is 7. So 6 is the number of man's, the number of intellect, man's intelligent. It is the number of a transitioning. So Tupac, murder, in my opinion, definitely is can be a distraction for some. And I almost forgot this, you. I didn't even mean to stay on here for an hour. But Jimmy Butler, number 22. When I saw that double 22 in his name, I mean, with his number, I was like, woo, right? With his, I don't know if you all saw his hair today, right? But the name Jimmy, that's his first name, equals 7. And he has 711 in his name as well. I'm going to show you all that picture just in case for my people that may not keep up with sports. But distractions, I love Tupac as an artist and everything. But again, I always ask, why now? Why now? Why at this time? Why is this being shown? And so Jimmy Butler today, again, played with the Miami Heat, had this very, I guess, eye-catching hairstyle at the press conference. And that's his hairstyle. And he's number 22. As a double 22 is a warning number. So that's Jimmy Butler's hairstyle. That's why I had 22 in that. Sorry it took so long for me to get to that because I actually had forgot about Butler. But, distractions. And then when you type in heat at the gematria, you see the 7 again. Again, 7 is divine transition and the number 2. Heat, 3 plus 4 is 7, divine transition. 5 means a change is coming, right? 5 means a change is coming, associated with change, and you have to make the right constructive decision because people, it's your right to be rich, and it's also your choice to be poor. It's your choice to be rich or poor. In fact, the Bible, the parable of talents talks about that people are giving money according to their own abilities. So if you lack money, instead of praying for money, pray to God that he give you more ability because money is given according to your abilities. That's the parable of the talents. Money is given to you according to each man was given. The parable of talents, and it's Matthew 25. 2 plus 5 is 7. And it says, the master leaving his house to travel, he entrusted his property to the servants. Like we are entrusted to do what we're supposed to do in this earth realm. God left us here, left us his property, according to the abilities of each man. So one received 5 talents, the second received 2, and the third received only 1. The amount of money you receive, and it's to say it this way, sometimes we say you have to have the skills to pay the bills. It's dependent upon your talent. So if you're praying for money and not an increase of ability, then I would strongly suggest to you that your prayer request is wrong. It's wrong. You should pray for more ability, more insight, more wisdom and understanding. Then you should act on it. This is why I encourage people to get my PDF book, to read books, to seek understanding, knowledge, and wisdom. Because even with your name numbers, that gives you your purpose, and your date of birth, that gives you your personality. And it also lets you know if you're on the right path, your numbers and your date of birth, your personality, your path. But your name gives you your purpose. You still have to have the mindset and the work method and the skill set to achieve what those numbers say you should achieve. It's not just going to come by osmosis. You're not just going to say, oh, my name equals 11. My date of birth means that my life path is number 8 or 7. You have to have the mindset, the skill set, and I want to add another set with work. I can't think of one right now, and you have to be action oriented. Information and intellect without affirmative action equals nothing. 0 plus 0 equals 0 all day. You have to take action. In fact, Matthew 25 talked about the one that received 5 talents, which is the most. Again, 5 is associated with change. It states that he went out immediately and traded. Trading is a skill. And multiplied the 5 talents into 5 more. Traded. The person that lost the one he had didn't do anything with it. So to have information and intellect without the action behind it only means you're going to lose the little that you already have. There's money and the information. You're going to lose it. If you don't use it, you're going to lose it. All right, you all. Thank you all for tuning in. Thanks for the 900 people that's on this live stream. I didn't know it was this late. I love you all. Get prepared. There's going to be people that's going to sit and stare, and others that's going to plan and prepare. Which one are you? After you get the information and the intellect and the knowledge is not power. Applied knowledge is power. Then you have to implement, right? After you get the information and the intellect, then you have to implement. You have to do the implementation. Okay, you all. Also, 2/20 Wednesday, National Wireless Alert. I'm having all my phones off, no television, no radio at that time, and that is on Eastern Standard Time. Bless you all, and that is on the 4th. That's on the 4th. That represents something that's happening in the earth realm. Queen out. Make sure you hit that thumbs up if you are watching this live now or on the replay. Thanks for watching.